voice to that of Nanajimai.
I think if anything happens to the lake at one, we are not experiencing bumper catch of the fish here. Maybe it may be due to all this. So you should not watch in the lake. But you don't take to the advice. My advice to my people is that they should adhere to the advice and then take it as the only natural lake in Ghana and treat it as very important lake so that at the end of the day it may not get less than dried.
Beatrice Kwating is the District Planning Officer for Bosomtwe District Assembly. She is a member of the Pra Basin Board and comes face to face with developers who are into a fishing practice that is destroying the lake.
We realize that we've had some developers on the lake Bosomtwe. They are into fishing. They are doing some sort of fishing on it. And as we are all aware, the lake doesn't have any inflow or outflow. It's a stagnant water resource.
That's the key point. It has no outlet. And for cage culture or cage fishing, the feed has a lot of chemicals. And not all the feed will be consumed by the fish. So the leftovers will definitely settle. And that is a source of pollution to the lake. And because it does not drain, it does not self-cleanse itself. Okay. So all the waste material is deposited in the lake. It does not go anywhere, so it increases the level of pollution. Simply, that's the issue.
This practice of caged fishing on Lake Bosomtwe has become a major headache for the Water Resources Commission. Mr. Ben Ampoma, Executive Secretary of the Water Resources Commission, explained.
The Commission has made its position clear that it's an illegal adventure. And we've taken a lot of studies, samples, we looked at the quality, and obviously it's deteriorating. So we've developed the position to ensure that the operator decommissions the venture that he has put out to harvest whatever fish that he has in there and also take up the structure. But we have suggested some potential and safe places that he could relocate into.
So yeah, well, let's be what the Mususa. Now, said you must tell him to know. A tree in Patron Kitten. Answer say, oh, Mundu say a tea woman. That's the Jama born in Yina. Or about the produce. Now you don't get to answer about. Let us all son and one assay. Or we're beginning the other one. In our farm to at the court. That's any other higher.
Lake Bosomtwe must survive, and everyone must come on board to achieve this. Where there's evidence of small-scale mining in the Pra River Basin, Dr. Bob Alpha is the head of the Surface Water Unit and in charge of surface water development.
The Pra has been seriously impacted by the operations of illegal small-scale mining activities.
Leftover pits have become death traps, leaving gaping holes that beg for filling.
If we leave it for so long, we will win the war against Galamsey, but the impact would have been so devastating. It will take us so many years, and the impact on human life and the environment would have been so great that recovery will take a long period of time. We have no choice than to win this war, but we have to win it now.
Where there is a community that there is illegal mining going on, it's the responsibility of the people in the community, the chiefs, the people, to protect the water resources together with us. And so they should give us the information and assist us when we come there to solve these problems, to curb this problem, because these resources are for all of us, for the present generation, for the future generation.
So with all these challenges, how does the Basin Board and Secretariat intend to succeed?
I am a member of the Public Awareness and Education Committee. So we have had programs on about 3 or 4 FM stations, trying to educate the public about the importance of water and what, as individuals, they can do to help improve our water.
Normally, people take things for granted when it comes to issues of the environment. And for this matter, the water. People should realize that water is life, and without water, there is no life. And therefore, issues about water must be taken seriously by every individual. And once we are able to look at it from that perspective, then it's going to be a plus for our country, health-wise and economy-wise.
We must continue protecting our water bodies. We must respect them. We must give meaning to the saying that water is life. Because without water, when you take air, water is the next thing that man depends on. So let's give meaning to that saying that water is life.
History and experience tells us that during the olden days, our chiefs, our elders always built and then had their villages along rivers. Why? Because they saw that rivers, the source of water from rivers, is very essential to human life. And they made sure that every stream or lake or river within which their duration was sacred. Why? Because if you tamper with the raw water and it stinks, we are doomed. So what we have to do is normally to make sure that we protect and prevent people from polluting our water sources. So as a chief, what I'll tell my subjects is that water is very important. Water is life. And we don't get water from elsewhere. It rains, but it gathers on the ground and seeps into our rivers and water bodies. If you kill our water bodies, we kill water. If you kill water, our lives is dead.
The Water Resources Commission, with all these challenges, has now put in place a basin secretariat with permanent staff to execute plans put in place by the Pra Basin Board. It is not an easy task when it involves change, attitude and behavior. But the constitution of a basin board and secretariat is the first step that will take us to the end of that 1,000-mile journey.